Josh Brewster, you are the other Glazov Gang. You're the other host, and you're a writer. You do a little bit of everything, right?
Yeah, well, you know, Jamie's been nice enough to have me on. I do a lot of radio. I do radio for the Anaheim Ducks, and Jamie's been nice enough to have me.
We don't like Jamie, do we?
Well, Jamie's a great guy.
Is he really? Because I don't think he's that great.
He's a great artist. You never know what you're going to get. You know what I mean? And most of the time, he raises more questions than he answers, as you can tell by his improv hour going on here. But no, Jamie's been nice enough to have me guest host, and we've always had a lot of fun with the Glazov Gang.
How do we save the culture? How do we save our side? Is there any way to really save the GOP? Is it possible?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think that, look, we've got enough votes in the last election. I think that one thing we need to talk about is how do we make the tent big enough? I mean, you can't, I've made the point, you can't look at the Tea Party, and I think the Tea Party is a gift for the Republicans, and you can't cast it aside. And while you're including social conservatives, you want to include evangelicals, you want to include the Tea Party, and you have to reject the narrative. You have to confront the left. And if they say that the Tea Party's a bunch of racist, white, middle-class, people, you have to turn it on them and say, no, we're the party of equality, we're the party of fiscal responsibility. And I think that until you start to confront the left and say, no, we don't believe in preferences, for example, because we find them racist. We're not the racist, you're the racist. You have to confront them. If you don't confront them, you're going to be Democrat light, and Democrat light loses every time.
Don't you think, too, then, in the same vein, we eat our own.
Okay.
As soon as the Tea Party was ridiculed by the left, we wad them up, we throw them away. As soon as anyone on our side, if they get, even Marco Rubio, people are mad at him about immigration. They throw them away, and then we don't have anybody left.
Well, it's a natural tendency, I think, of human beings to not want to be perceived as the person who's walking around saying offensive things. But the fact of the matter is, if you're going to buy into the narrative that we can't talk about the borders because that's racist, if you're not willing to, if the Republicans aren't willing to turn to people and say, no, that's nonsense. Mexican Americans need to come before illegals, right? Americans are entitled to certain things before illegals are entitled to them, right? So you have to offer a muscular defense, and if you turn the argument on the left, they usually end up not having any evidence on their side. But you have to.
But we don't argue.
To get beyond, you have to be willing to get beyond offending people. You can't be worried about offending people. If you're worried about offending people, you're going to lose.
Which is what it seems like most of the people in our party. John McCain is the cheerleader for the left lately, and anything that we do come out yelling about, he contradicts it.
Just in the general sense, remember, Hayek's book, The Road to Serfdom, is dedicated to socialists of all parties. And as you watch the pendulum swing, and you see a certain level of socialism on one side or the other, or creeping into one side more than the other, you have to be reminded that there's always the liberal side. The classical liberal side is our side, and we need to reclaim that word right now. We need to reclaim the word liberal, and now they're onto the word progressive. We need to reclaim the word liberal. We're the classical liberals. You're the socialists, and you have to start phrasing it in harsh terms and be very confrontational.
Our side doesn't tend to do, we're not that mean, right?
Well, no, you know what it is? You have to actually, we need to be more like you, because here you are with your microphone.
Hello, that's what I've been saying.
Well, it's true, because you're willing to broach these topics, and you have a microphone. There's a lot of people, even on Fox News, who have the microphone and won't broach these topics. There's too many third rails that the Republicans don't want to touch, and the sad thing is, and I want to be on an optimistic note, 80% of the country, I believe, wants to get a solution, not amnesty, but a solution to border security. Okay, that's a lot of Democrats. And if you're going to be Democrat light, and you're not going to say anything about the borders, then you're going to lose the center. If you want the center, start talking about the borders, start talking about the $16 trillion in the hole, start talking about preferences, start talking about all the things that make you a conservative, and much of the center will come to you. But if you want to be Democrat light, you'll get run over.
Josh Brewster, where can everybody find you right now?
Well, you know what? My hockey stuff is always at hockeytalk.biz, but if you go to Front Page Mag and you search for Josh Brewster, you'll dig up some relics there.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.